ballpark.
What is up, guys? Welcome back. Episode 37 of the Bronx and Nothing podcast. We are back. The trade deadline has gone by, and the Yankees made two moves. But it wasn't for a catcher. It wasn't for a third baseman. It wasn't for a left fielder. We didn't sell. We didn't buy. We didn't do anything. We made two moves for two relievers. And,
Don't count that
yeah,
as moves.
So, okay, we did. We made no moves.
Thank
That's
you.
where we're at right now. The feeling is okay right now because we won today, but I don't want today to pull me back in. I'm optimistic. I'm sure you guys know, and I still hold out a little bit of hope that the Yankees will make it to the playoffs. I said it when I was talking with our good buddy Pete from NYY News TV. Pete wants to, watch a playoff game. Even though we know they're probably going to lose if they make it to the playoffs, we still want to be there. We still want to call it. We want to see our team in the playoffs because we love the Yankees. That's why we're so upset, and we demand better. We'll get
deserve
into
better.
it. We deserve better. We demand better. We deserve better as Yankee fans. But before we get into it, Kevin, how are you doing?
How you doing? I'm not doing well. I was really, really upset. We were all. Shout out to P and NYY News on the 24-hour stream that he did against human trafficking. 70% of those proceeds go to human trafficking. So it was for a great cause. We talked some deadline. We did a little bit of everything there. And while we were there, I was there to the last hour and a half, and the Yankees didn't do anything. And it was just frustrating to see. And it's really,
a slap in the face.
Yeah.
It's a slap in the face to the fans. That's what it is.
It was a slap in the face, and it was going to be ironic if they got Fam as well because of the slap and all that stuff. We were joking with that, but we couldn't. We were also saying we couldn't even get Fam. We couldn't get nobody, bro. Nobody. So it's like.
And that was the biggest thing for me. It's like, dude, it got to the 4 o'clock hour, Kevin, and I was in the stadium. I'm sure a lot of you know I usually go to the stadium.
You do?
So being at the stadium and there was no rumors, no nothing, and I was like, dude,
Boring.
the Yankees aren't going to do anything. And
I couldn't believe it.
obviously I want the Yankees to get better, but I kept telling myself they're not going to do anything because if I kept telling myself they're going to do something, I was just going to get myself more upset.
Listen, Mario, if they would have bought, people would have got mad, and some of the fan base would have said that
You guys are
they're not smart, right? You would have been a split fan base if they bought, split fan base if they sold. You know what everybody agrees on? Exactly. Don't stay. They didn't do anything. It was the worst thing that they can do. That's what everybody in the I don't know. I haven't heard one person in any media outlet speak anybody you want. Us, Brian Hoke, everybody, John Boy, NYY News, Pinstripe Strong, everybody's echoing the same thing. The Yankees did the worst thing that they can do was do anything. Nothing, sorry. So that being said, I'm highly upset. I'm disappointed. I'm not surprised when it comes to Cashman, but it's like what I say. There's no sense of urgency. These guys are not afraid of losing their job, so they're going to sit on their ass. There's multiple reports saying that Cashman was really, really hard to deal with in this trade deadline. Again, overvaluing assets. So it's like you didn't move Glaber, you didn't move Wandy, you didn't move Clay Holmes, you didn't move anybody. And if you're doubling down, you didn't do anything to improve the team. Don't give me Nestor Cortez and Loaizaga. Don't give me that. That's not good enough.
We knew that was coming, and everybody joked around about it on Twitter saying, oh, Cashman's going to go out and say, getting Aaron Judge back, getting Loaizaga, getting Nestor Cortez back was like, make it a big trade. Well, dude, we need bats. We know Aaron Judge.
We don't hit.
We know what happened.
That's
we know what
our
happened
issue.
last year. We know what happened last year with Aaron Judge on the team. We don't hit. We need bats. And me and you said a million times, realistically, if we want to shot at a World Series, we need 3 or 4 bats. 4 bats, and I'd be like, all right, I'm back, we're back, or whatever. We needed catching, we needed third base, and we needed left field. I didn't think, they were going to move Rizzo, but something. We needed something just to give the team a boost. Toronto went out. They went to go.
They lost.
They went to go.
They lost a
get
shortstop.
Jordan Hicks. Lost
one
a
day.
shortstop the next day.
Yep.
The next morning, they get Paul DeYoung. And listen, he's not, the best shortstop. He's not a 10-ton shortstop, but he can fill the role for a little bit while Bo Bichette's on the IL. And then when he comes back, they'll see what they'll do with him. But he fills the role what they need for now. We needed something. We needed a spark. Just to I don't know, just to show the team, listen, guys, we know you guys are struggling. Listen, we'll give you this. That's what all the teams ahead of us did. Houston got Verlander. Even Baltimore, they're like, listen, we tried to get starters. Cease wasn't really available. We went to go get Jack Flaherty. All these teams got better, and we stood pat. And Fujinami earlier. But it's like, dude, all we asked was for something. Either you sell or you buy. Don't stand pat. And we were all saying that a week before, 6 days. And as it got closer, we started to get worried. And everybody's like, Cashman's a last day kind of guy. And then on the last day, we wake up early. We're waiting for news. You see Carlson. Nothing. And then around 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock, there was nothing. Now, dude, they're not going to make a move. They're not going to make a single move. And Joel Sherman tweets out, I believe it was at 5:30, there's one team that has not made a move at the deadline.
It was like at 5.
And it was at 5. Because I was driving into the stadium. And it was the New York Yankees. And then we get a passing bomb. He says the Yankees traded for Kenyon Middleton. And what's the other guy's name? Some guy, Spencer Howard from Texas, they got with a 10 ERA. No disrespect. Maybe, listen. Maybe Howard's the next, Clay Holmes makes an All-Star game or whatever. But I'm not getting my hopes up.
How is this helping us right now?
Yeah.
We are not hitting. Yes, the bullpen has had some issues. But
Monday and Tuesday were duds. The Yankees had some life on Tuesday in the 9th inning because Colin Poche, we own him, okay? And then Stan came up, he swung through 2 fastballs, and his at-bat was terrible on Tuesday. And Monday was nothing. It was just Jake Bauers with a solo shot, and then Brito coming in. He started the game. Apparently, Domingo was warming up before the game. He threw a bullpen, but he couldn't start. What are we doing? What are we doing? There's no sense of direction, and we were talking about that. Listen, I know today felt good for me. You guys know I'm a big Garrett Cole guy. If you're a Yankee fan, you have to like Garrett Cole. I don't know how you can hate the guy. He's gonna win the Cy Young this year. He should win the Cy Young this year.
I don't know who hates Garrett Cole, and if you do, you gotta check yourself. Guys,
maybe because you think he's nerdy. He's a gamer. He takes the ball every 5
days. Is there?
He's a bulldog. 91 pitches today. Listen, I wasn't crazy about Boone taking him out with 91 pitches. People were like, "Listen, you gotta chill, bro. The Yankees are up 7-2. Man, if you can go 8 innings, I want that.
Yeah.
Lower the ERA as much as you can. I want him to get that Cy Young. I know individual awards don't really matter to some of you, but listen, the guy should have 15 wins right now. He's got 10 wins on the year. Should have 15 to 16 wins.
Yep. And
because the offense has done nothing for him, of course, he's had 1 or 2 bad starts this year, but the guy's a gamer. What his ERA is 2.62 or something now.
3 in the best division in baseball.
And he takes the ball against the best guys. He always and he's always there. He always shows up. He had the 1 bad start against Tampa this year. Besides that, he's been phenomenal. Let's go, but let's get into the series real quick. We talked about Tuesday. How Tuesday was straight up ugly. Let's get into Monday. Monday's game.
It's not much. Brito with the Mets with Domingo Germán.
That mess.
And it's just it's echoing what the Yankees are right now. There's no communication, no sense of urgency. Smoke and mirrors. There's too much confusion. Nobody knows the left from the right. What the fuck is going on? Brito's out of
They straight up lied about the armpit stuff. I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Maybe it has to do with the situation that he's in now. Maybe he was seeing the doctor or something. Maybe something was wrong with Domingo. Maybe he wasn't trade talks.
He said he wasn't hurt.
Maybe he wasn't trade talks.
But I don't understand why lie about saying it's an armpit. I don't know. It's just a bad look, and that's all they've done to us as fans. We pay all this money. We spend all this time. We watch all the games. And no matter what's going on with the Yankees, people are still going to be watching. I said this a million times. There's tourists in the stadium all the time. And there's diehard fans that no matter what the record is, they're going to show up to the games. I know that makes people upset. That's just a fact. And then some people just go there. And I'm going to just be straight up with you. I spoke to a couple people at the game. They're like, listen, we bought these tickets a couple weeks ago, or we saw the tickets were cheap to go to a Yankees game. We haven't been to one all year. We just want to go with friends, get drunk, buy food, and just have a good time and BS.
I'm gonna
Like
say
people don't
this.
people don't understand like what's going on right now. Fans that are educated understand. The fan that just shows up to the park on a summer afternoon or a summer night just to have fun, they don't understand what's going on. Kevin,
I was gonna say, people need to understand. Just because you go every time, just because you go to the stadium, doesn't mean that you are supporting what Cashman in the front office is doing. You are a Yankee fan first. Like you said, Mario, it's also a tourist attraction in New York. Everybody wants to go to a baseball game. It's either Yankee Stadium or Citi Field. A lot of people live in Manhattan, especially Latinos and everything. No matter how bad, if you look how throughout the last 30 years, the Yankees have had a consistent fan base and an average. So do the Mets. The Mets have been a lot of bad teams. Go look at their average fans going to the stadium in the seats. It doesn't matter. People are going to show up no matter what. It's a great baseball market in New York. That being said, I think that the right approach is, yes, if you're going and if you're already investing and going, let your voice be heard. Everybody heard Fire Cashman. Everybody heard Fire Boone. Today there was a guy behind home plate with a Fire Cashman sign. The same guy that was in front of the stadium went there again today, and they had to escort him out. I'm pretty sure they're going to ban him for the rest of the year for doing that. I don't know. Let's see. But that being said, let your voice be heard, because at the end of the day, the product on the field isn't great, and the Yankees did not do anything to improve it. They're not DFAing anybody else. They're not calling anybody else up. Where's Everson Pereira? He's in the 40-man. He's doing incredible in AA and AAA. Go look at other teams around the league. Go look at Baltimore. Go look at Atlanta. Go look at Cincinnati, for God's sake. Go look at the guys that they're calling up. What are we waiting for? So you're not trading them? So you're not trading them? So you're not playing them? So what in the actual fuck are you doing?
it's insanity. Like Pete and I were talking about this yesterday. You don't want to sell, right? So you don't want to give these guys away, or you don't want to play them. So what are you doing? So you value them too high to trade them, but you don't want to bring them up? Are you afraid? Like, do you not trust them enough to bring them up? Like, I don't understand. You value them so high, and then you don't want to play them at the major league level, and you see what's going on right now? Some of these at-bats from these guys?
Tell me how Everson Pereira is going to be worse than Greg Allen.
Greg Allen. I don't know.
Greg Allen's been a role player all his career, and nothing against Greg Allen. He does his role great, and that's why they got him, because Hicks couldn't fill that role. He didn't understand how being a role player. Greg Allen knows what being a role player is. Right? Where's the McKinney? Is the McKinney magic gone? Then, man, you just got him. There's nothing wrong with letting him go again. What is the issue? I see Josh Donaldson taking BP and taking ground balls again. I'm sorry, but if I see Josh Donaldson again, you're just telling me that you really do not care. You at the end of the day, you're gonna spend the money and you wanted to see it on the field. You don't care if you got to spend a little extra to make the team better. You did not do it. I'm pretty sure that since they couldn't offload anything, they didn't take anything on because they don't want to pay anymore. That's the only logical reason that I see. You don't want to DFA Josh Donaldson and bring on Pereira, because you're gonna have to pay extra on the luxury tax. That's the only logical reason I see. So what you're going to do, you're going to play them again. We're seeing him, I swear to God to you, Mario, and I know you like Josh Donaldson, but he's done. He is done. He should be done as a Yankee.
Aware. And I've admitted to it. I listen, if you guys are new here, I like to root for all the Yankees. It's how I am. I like to give second chances or whatever. I know he struggled last year. Wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt for this year.
I mean, we all did. I did too.
But listen, I'll admit he's cooked. He's old, Father Time's undefeated, and I've admitted it on here multiple times, on this episode to Pete especially. It's like, listen, your time has come or whatever. It was a bad trade for the Yankees. You just got to move on. He's on the 60, I think, right now, so he's not going to be able to come back till September. Rosters will be expanded by then. Pereira will probably be on the roster, but I don't know, man. And before, we get into it, anymore, I wanted to say this. I tweeted this out as well. If anything is going to happen this year, if any type of run, because we won today, so it's always nice to win. I'm not gonna root for my team to lose.
No,
I'm still gonna always root for the Yankees to win.
It doesn't matter. I mean, we still want to see good baseball being played. That's what we're arguing.
Listen, it was Garrett Cole on the mound too. He was phenomenal against the Rays. Absolutely phenomenal. It was good to see Volpe with a 2-run homer, Stan with a 3-run shot that was big. Yankees got some insurance later in the game. Great to see. The bullpen nails it down. Kane, Lee, and Holmes. But if anything is gonna happen this year, we need two out of these three guys to step up: Rizzo, Giancarlo Stanton, and
and another
DJ
spark,
LeMahieu,
or
and
or,
DJ
or,
LeMahieu,
or
and,
another
and another
spark,
spark.
or another
Straight
spark.
up.
And this is what I mean. What you let go of Alex Rodriguez when he was 3 home runs away from 700. 3 home runs away from 700. That's a big milestone. You DFA'd Soriano with I believe an extra 15 or 16 million left on his contract midway through the season when he was here. Two you can say Yankee legends, right? Of course, one of them has a lot of luggage than the other. You did that, but you're not willing to DFA Josh Donaldson and just call it and bite the bullet. You're not willing to DFA Billy McKinney. You're gonna DFA Billy McKinney probably 2 weeks before the season's over. That's what you're probably gonna do. What's keeping you from bringing the kid Everson up? And who knows if that kid's a spark and he's on fire? Him and Judge and Glaber, at least while Stanton and Rizzo figure it out. By the way, thank you for giving Rizzo a day off. He needed a day off.
And you know what's crazy? They kind of set Jake Bowers up to fail before the game.
Because it's the worst. He's horrible against lefties. Yes.
170. It's like you're setting up to fail, dude. I was like laughing, and I'm a big Jake Bowers guy. I think people saying he's my first baseman. I think he can find his way on this team next year, not as an outfielder, but if the Yankees move on from Rizzo, possibly, which I don't think they will, I think he'll be back next year. Maybe Jake Bowers can play first base. He's not an outfielder.
If anything,
he's not a corner outfielder.
Rizzo can DH here and there, and he can play first. He shouldn't play against lefties because his numbers aren't really good. My thing is that I was praying to give Rizzo a day off, and you give it against a lefty where, again, he has bad numbers again. Make it make sense. Why is Jake Bowers playing? Like, shout out to guys Fireside. Make it make sense. Why is Bowers playing today? Out of all days, you could arrest Rizzo. You could arrest him yesterday or day. You could arrest him, let's say yesterday. Play Bowers at first. Play McKinney in left field. You're not losing a lefty bat. So it's just laughable. There is no it's as you say one thing one day and you do another thing the next. What the fuck are we doing? Bro, it's really bad. It's rock bottom.
And my buddy asked me in the stadium, he's like, where's rock bottom? I'm like, dude,
you're looking at it.
I don't even want to think what that looks like, because we were thinking about before the game. We got McClanahan today. Then you got Javier. Then you got Hunter Brown. Then you got Justin Verlander. Then you got Framber Valdez. And it was like,
how do you like that? You see Verlander 3 times in a year for 2 different teams. The fucking odds.
The Mets just giving it to us too. Steve's like, don't worry, we'll pay him.
Well, shout out. I mean, listen. At the end of the day, a lot of Mets fans were mad. I don't know what. You guys got 3 top 100 prospects for 2 40-year-olds. You knew you weren't gonna do much this year. You went ahead and bited the bullet. What you needed to do. Yankees needed to offload something. And they did not. It was horrible.
Something for somebody.
The most you would have got for Glaber this year was probably, if it's true that you had Braxton and Cabrera on the table for Glaber Torres, that's 2 starting pitchers. Or if you really want a Yuri Perez, ask for Yuri Perez and ask for somebody else in rookie ball, whatever the case may be. If that was the case, you should have done that. Another thing is the Cubs got Candelario for their top 15 and their top 18 prospect in there. That's basically on us. Elijah Dunham. Maybe Luis Hill or something around that nature. You're going to tell me that you wanted to give a lot. How many outfielders do you need?
You're not calling up anyways. You're not calling up Florial. You're not calling up Everson Pereira.
You bring Jamer in this year, get the Yankee culture going. Maybe the Yankees make it to the wild card, and you can actually use him next year as a stopgap because he's not going to be expensive, and he's a good contact hitter who barrels up balls. He hits a lot of doubles, and he's a switch hitter, something the Yankees don't have anymore. We don't get any switch hitters anymore. We used to the Yankees always used to have 2 to 3 switch hitters every year, and now we're begging to find one. That being said, we lose the first game 5-1. That being said, we lose the second game 5-2. No surprise there. Again, the only thing Rodon with it. I mean, listen.
He hasn't been sharp. I think the spring training.
This is his grace period right here. I was gonna say after this, the criticizing starts. He brought it against the Mets. He made 2 mistakes here against. It was command issues because he missed 2 spots. Rosarena made him pay, and so did Wander. So that being said, Rodon, you got one more. Hopefully that next start that you come, your command is there. But Yeah, man, the Yankees again, and then they win Game 3. We were just talking about a 7-2. Cole's on the mound, and it's just a different beast when Cole's on the mound. The Yankees seem to finally come alive for him because another thing is the run support for the guy, right? We can't seem to squander up runs with
I
this.
mean, he made one mistake today, and that was a pitch to Wander. And at first, I didn't think it was a bad pitch. He put it right in his wheelhouse. Off speed pitch, low and in, right, right there where you could just turn on it, and he hit it almost up to the sweets. But besides that, he was phenomenal today. I mean, he walked the first guy, gave up the homer. Besides that, he was great. Love watching the guy pitch, and he should win the Cy Young. Period.
I hate. I'm just gonna say this one more time. I hate that they brought Bowers out. He went 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. You know how his numbers are against lefties, and you put him in that situation. Instead of giving Rizzo the day off yesterday. I mean, like.
Yeah, I was looking at it. Listen, this might have been crazy. I was hoping they would do
DJ at first. We talked
DJ
about it.
Yeah, DJ at first, IKF at third. You can do Volpe, and then Gleyber at second, and then at left field you can either put, maybe McKinney. You give Bowers and Rizzo
Or
the day
Greg
off.
Allen, because he's
Greg Allen,
he's
yeah.
the only switch hitter we have.
I mean, he's on the roster, so yeah. I mean, I was saying that. That might sound crazy to some people, but
I'm sorry, guys, but it's just we're like fed up this year. There's so much lies. I mean, I saw Boone go on John Boy, and people were criticizing Jake for having the shirt that he had on. But at the end of the day, then they criticize him for being too soft with the questions. I felt like
either way,
you lose some guys. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But I mean, the only guys who have access to anybody close enough are them, and I felt like they brought in some decent questions. And you saw Boone's attitude. He gets mad with the media. He gets mad with us, but he doesn't get mad with his players. Get mad at your fucking players, my man. Make them own up to their mistakes. We don't see that anymore. Listen, we're not asking you to show up or throw them under the bus, right? But just because
maybe just pull a guy to the side during the game. The cameras are always on the dugout. It's just always you, like, chewing your gum. And I don't think. Listen, I genuinely think this is gonna happen, and it makes me sick to my stomach. I think Cashman will be back next year.
And Boone might be the scapegoat, which is sad.
And Boone's going to be the scapegoat, which is sad. Exactly. And it's like, well, number one, he can make his own decisions sometimes. Like, it's not, some of the bullpen decisions, they have to be him. Some of them are going to be him.
Yeah.
It's not, I don't think it's analytics all the time. It's like he genuinely feels, he knows this guy is sore today, so he's not going to go to him. But it's like, I don't know. I don't think, Boone's the number one issue. This is not his roster. He could only ask for so much. He asked for a left fielder. The Yankees didn't give him a left fielder this year. Straight up.
Well, that's my
the one with Oswaldo Cabrera. But he still make like his some of the quotes is right in front of us. And me personally, I wouldn't wear that shirt in front of him. That's just me. But listen, either way, the questions they asked, they were hard-hitting questions. So either way, you're gonna lose somebody. You're gonna lose one side. People be like, all right, you're doing too much, or dude, stop feeding them. These softball questions. Like, give them the hard-hitting questions. So either way. I mean, it is what it is. You can't win over everybody, make everybody happy. I've said it a million times. But yeah, man.
Especially this family.
I don't know. Yeah, and I said it before. I tweeted it out today. I felt so desperate when the Domingo news came out. I was like, dude, we just need change. Yeah, we need a sense of direction here.
Now let's talk about that. Listen, we don't wish any bad health on anybody. Just I hope he gets well and he does well for his family. I guess things were really bad that he had to do this right now. And yeah, but I don't think at this point, I don't think he should be a New York Yankee anymore.
I don't think he's going to pitch against the New York Yankees.
Yeah, I think he should just figure his life out. Listen, you pitched the perfect game. If you ever pitch in the big leagues, that'll be a comeback story. But right now, I think you could just get well and I don't know. I just don't see you with the Yankees anymore, man.
We'll keep it short and sweet. His off-the-field issues have hurt his career a lot.
It's too much.
There's no way to just defend the guy at this point.
And there's no reason to say that it doesn't trickle in. This guy's been one of the most inconsistent people that you see day in and day out. He will have a great start today, go 8 innings, 9 strikeouts, shove, or 7 innings, and then go the next with 5 innings and 7 earned runs. It's just so inconsistent with this guy. Maybe it had to do with some of that. Just figure it out. But I don't think he should be a Yankee anymore. I think this is where everybody's already done. Too many off the field issues. We don't need that shit, especially the way the team is playing, the team is constructed. Yeah, we're done.
It's a tough look, especially in this clubhouse. We don't want any more distraction.
No.
As crazy as it sounds, the Yankees, I mean, Cashman said they're trying to make a playoff push. Like we're in it to win it. So I don't think
Obviously,
Judge. I don't think
yeah.
Judge is gonna lie down. These guys aren't gonna lie down. They're still
No, no, of course
competitors.
not. I mean, they didn't look like competitors the first two games.
And then
The
today,
area,
I guess the Garrett Cole, Garrett Cole's presence on the mound, like, yo, we got to go out there and win. And they showed a fight. They were down 2-0. Could have just rolled over and been like, I don't know. They could just went to the at bats like nothing because they knew it was McClanahan, but they battled. Volpe gave us life. Stan gave us life. We need some more of that, Big G, bro. We need some more of that.
I think we took him out last time in the fifth inning, McClanahan. So, I mean, it's not like we haven't done it before, but it's just like the attitude, especially during the deadline when they were panning their faces when they were losing in the seventh or eighth inning. Everybody just looked lost in the dugout, in the field, everything. Everybody just looks. They didn't look like a team. I don't know what's going on, man. And this is my thing. There's multiple issues. There's the front office. There's Boone. There's the chemistry of the team. Is this really a team? These guys are not having fun. It doesn't look like it. And don't blame it on the fans. You guys, Giancarlo and Rizzo have been struggling for like 2 months now. You cannot blame this on fans. You cannot blame this on booze. You are professional major league players.
And Stan
Figure it out.
Gotten booed that way. Stan hasn't even gotten booed. Rizzo's barely gotten booed. He got a little bit of booze during the Orioles series when we dropped the last game when we got blown out. Severino start. Besides that, he hasn't really gotten any booze. And I'm not saying to boo the guy, because we obviously know he's struggling. But I mean, if you go to the game, listen, with the fire Cashman chance, I want to say this real quick. Pete Simonetti from NYY News TV. You guys know him. We're always on his live show. If you guys haven't subscribed to them, subscribe to NYY News TV.
NYY News
One
TV.
of the best out there. Pete gives it as real as it gets, right?
And raw.
My big, yeah. How you doing? When it comes to the fire Cashman chance, right? You don't have to be violent. You don't have to, wish death upon this guy or
hurt anybody. It's obnoxious.
That's terrible.
It's stupid.
Like, yeah, that's just terrible. But you can simply chant fire, Boone, fire, Cashman, back to back. That's all you have to do, and say it loud. People heard it. Talking Baseball tweets about it. Everybody tweets about it. It's gonna be on the news tomorrow.
It's on Yes Network. It's on the Yes. Yep.
So you hear it, and listen. There's no way it doesn't get back to Hal. This is how the fans feel. And I know a lot of you feel like he doesn't care about us. He hears it. He knows. Keep it going.
Listen,
if you feel this way, go to the stadium and do it.
This is my issue here. And let's people say Hal needs to sell the team. That's not gonna happen. Forget about that.
Never gonna happen.
That's never gonna happen. That's never gonna happen. Number one. Number two, when you think about it, Hal's willing to spend the budget, which is go all the way until the luxury tax. So he's given enough money to put a decent team on the field. The issue is the allocation of the money. Where is it going to, and who are we getting for it? The way the money is spent. That is the issue, and who controls that is Brian Cashman. Now, it's not only Brian Cashman. He has 10, 12 people on his staff that's been with him for the last 25 years. It is time, unfortunately, for a new look, a new vision, refresh everything. The analytics that we are doing, analytics do work. As much as I like to criticize it, analytics do work. But it seems that the ones that the approach that we're taking, which is just hit the ball in the air with no speed and veterans, is not working. So we need to revamp that. We need to work. We cannot go on a rebuilding because you have Cole, you have now Rodon, and you have Judge in their prime. You cannot waste anything. So this is why I thought, if anything, Judge is hurt right now. He's not 100%. Sell a few assets now so you can prepare and be a better squad next year and actually be the best you can be at 2025 or 2024. That's what you should have done. Something that the Mets are in great position for Ohtani. They're in great position for Yamamoto. So what are we in position for?
That's where they messed up. This was the perfect time. We said it on the live stream with Pete. Perfect time to sell some of these guys. And now, we're, I think, 4 games above 500. We got a really, really, really good, tough team that made trades, and they're coming in. And I'll give you the power.
They're coming in hot
right now. They just swept the Guardians, even though the Guardians were selling. They did sweep the Guardians.
And Framber threw a no-hitter. We got him on Sunday against Carlos Rodon. Saturday will be Justin Verlander versus Nestor Cortez. Friday, Hunter Brown. They're worst out of the 4, but he's still pretty good, against Luis Severino. And then Ay, Dios mío.
And then tomorrow, Our second best pitchers on the mound, in my opinion, the way it's looking right
Clark
now.
Schmidt.
Clark Schmidt against a guy that no hit his last year, Christian Javier. So it's gonna be a dogfight. The Yankees gotta be ready to go. I mean, you're gonna need a big series out of Giancarlo. They're not gonna pitch to Judge. They will not pitch to Judge. They did it last year. Dusty made the mistake. Fans killed him for it. They're not pitching to Judge.
And I'm gonna say this.
So other guy, you're gonna need a big series out of Glaber, Rizzo, Stanton, and DJ. We need you guys to wake up. And then Bader, spurts here and there. If you're gonna wanna take anything away from the series, you're gonna have to do something.
And this is the issue where I can't. Well, this is still fine because you look at it this way. Rizzo should be batting fifth tomorrow. I mean, he just deadens. I mean, and honestly, I think he should be sixth, but I don't know. I know that's not gonna happen, just because again, these guys don't listen. When A-Rod was batting seventh, tell me who's had a better career, Mario, A-Rod or Rizzo?
A-Rod.
So A-Rod was at a point in the playoffs where he was just struggling year in and year out, and what Joe Torre did was bat him seventh. Batted A-Rod seventh in the playoffs. If Rizzo tomorrow is third or second, I don't know what I really don't understand. It's not that we got to keep putting him up. No, it's not. We can't afford that right now. We had the first half of the season was for that, for him to figure it out. If he can't fucking figure it out now in August, I'm sorry. At this point, if you're still gonna play him, then he should be dropped down in the lineup. It just doesn't make any sense. It should be DJ, Judge, Bowers, and Stanton top four. Maybe Stanton woke up with today's game. You don't know. But I swear to God, if I see Rizzo batting third tomorrow, I'm going to fucking flip. They are not going to pitch to Judge with Rizzo the way he's swinging the bat. It just doesn't make any sense to put him there.
It makes zero sense. It makes zero sense. Like I was going to say, you need people to hit behind Judge. Right?
Exactly.
They're not going to pitch to Judge. We need a big series out of these guys. The guys behind Judge, whoever it is, whether it's Glaber 3, Stanton, the guys behind Judge need to hit, or Judge will not see a strike. Plain and simple. If you want any chance of making, the postseason, you want to play meaningful games in September, I mean, now's the time. You got, 8 more games, or 7 more games left before you have an off day. At least try to split the series with Houston, man. I know it's 4 tough pitchers. Offense hasn't been clicking. We don't got Cole going in any of these games. You got to split the series with Houston, at least, man. They're ahead of you in the standings. Try to split. Yeah. Win the Clark Schmidt game, maybe the Rodon game. Ness is going to be on the pitch count.
You split, and maybe you can muster up a sweep against Chicago. Then you got a little momentum.
Little 6-2 stretch right there.
But if you lose 4 games, to the Astros, or you lose 3 games to the Astros, and you lose 2 games to the White Sox, I'm telling you right now, I never thought we would get lower than rock bottom, but I don't know. Something needs to click. Hopefully it's soon. All I'm asking for is that Rizzo shouldn't be batting top 4. If you want to bat him fifth, it is what it is. There's not much of a difference anyway after that. But yeah, man. Let's see what the Yankees do against these Houston Astros.
These games still mean something, man. I know a lot of Yankee fans are super down right now. Whenever you're watching this, on Thursday, these games still mean a lot.
Of course.
Listen, I know a lot of people aren't over 2017, and they're like, yo, Yankee fans, get over 2017, get over 2019. So we still think about it. Like, you can just be straight up. Some fans don't feel that way. I still feel that way. So I feel like we were robbed. But, I guess we got to get over it. But, listen, man, these games still mean something. I still get fired up. I wish I was playing in these kind of games. I hope the players care just as much as the fans do. And they go out and, they play hard. And, yeah, let's go take the series, man. That'd be cool taking the series or try to split.
Yeah. I mean, split at least. Take the series would be huge. I mean,
yeah.
I wouldn't put money on it, but, yeah, man. Let's just see. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and be a sourpuss at the end of the day. It's just we had to get this off our chest because it was just a really bad trade deadline. It's really bad few days. The tone-deaf comments from Cashman, Boone, and everybody. We're just sick of it as Yankee fans, and we're done. Hopefully, this team can bring us back and bring us some joy, and maybe get us to the playoffs. And that being said, we on to Houston. Houston will be here. Let's see if I get I don't know. Maybe I'll go. I'll show up to a game. Maybe somebody offered me. I think somebody had mentioned hook me up with some tickets. I don't know if that's gonna happen, right, Mario? But yeah, man. Let's see. If not, I will be. Shout out to the people in Miami. I will watch the Yankees in Miami. Hopefully, the offense is clicking because it
Hey,
sucked to be there and lose. So that being said,
fair enough,
Mario,
man.
anything else?
Nah, nothing else, guys. Listen, thank you guys for always tuning in.
Yes.
Make sure you like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. We appreciate all the support. We're closing in on 500 followers, I believe. So, it'd be nice if you guys could subscribe, but, we appreciate the support. Thank you guys so much. And, let's go Yankees. We still got some life in the season. Figure out a way to win and just listen, take one day at a time. Take one day at a time, play today, win today. That's it. All right. Hey, you guys for watching episode 37 of the Bronx Nothing podcast. We'll see you on Sunday or Monday. Have a good rest of the weekend. See you guys.